Hello and welcome to Super OK, where we try to do a decent enough job to entertain people with our opinions on video games. As always, my name is Dale, and I am joined here by just Brody. Brody, how you doing, bud?
I'm just Brody, and we're giving the people what they want. And what the people want today, I think, is for you and I to go buck wild and go off script and be crazy.
Go full ass ham sandwich on this episode, huh?
Yeah, ham, cheese, peanut butter. We're putting the Honda
fuck?
Civic. I don't know, man. We're doing it.
How did you? It's been less than a minute, and you just told me you put peanut butter on a ham sandwich?
No, I mean just for the purpose of the episode, we're hamming a peanut. I don't know. All right.
Also, I was so thrown by peanut butter. Did you also say Honda Civic?
I did say a Honda Civic.
There's a lot to unpack there.
I don't know what to tell you.
We're not doing it now.
Great.
We don't have time.
We could.
It's a super okay. Oh yeah, I guess it's a super casual episode. We can just do whatever the hell we want.
It is a super casual episode. Welcome everybody to our like third or fourth installment of Super Casual.
Yeah. What did you mean by Honda Civic?
Man, I was just throwing shit out there, and then I remembered the Street Fighter level where you like beat the fuck out of a car, and for whatever reason, the first car I could come up with was the Honda Civic, which is like nobody in my family has ever even owned one, so I don't know why that one.
Yeah, what's funny is you talk about the Street Fighter episode, which is like a challenge level where you just have to beat up a car, and then that made me think of Yod Noid and how there's the pizza eating challenge level.
Okay.
And you could kind of mix those two together and just like, hey, you got to eat this sandwich that has a car on it.
Okay. I feel very strangely validated.
Yeah. Every week we do a highlight of the week, and we're going to do that this week too, because cool things are important and cool. Brody, go first.
Yeah, well, a far venture from our cars on sandwiches or peanut butter and ham. This week, I had the opportunity to go to an exhibit at the Detroit Institute of Art that was a Van Gogh exhibit. And so I've never really been close to any of his work. And full disclosure, like I'm, for the most part, not really an art guy. When it comes to art, the only art that I really like, a lot of it I'll just look at and be like, wow, that took a lot of talent and, a lot of vision and whatnot. But like, I appreciate it for what it is, and then it's done for me, right?
Yeah.
Except for like I really like Japanese wood block prints from like the 1600s. I think those are really fascinating, but part of it's the process. Anyways, going to this exhibit, which was huge, by the way. I don't know if you've gone.
I haven't yet.
It's very large. Well, it's done now.
I haven't.
Yeah, yesterday I think was the last day. And they had maybe 150 Van Gogh paintings. I guess I didn't realize he was such a prolific painter. But anyways, it just like it's fascinating to see all the different things that he tried artistically over the years. And there really is like a really interesting like motion to his art based on the like swirls and the like kind of lines and stuff that he did. I don't know. It was just something that really caught me by surprise because I was like, yeah, this seems like it's really important to go to, so I'll go, even though I'm not a big art guy. And I absolutely loved it. I really, really loved it. And it did have some of his really famous stuff. So like some of his self-portraits. It had, and now I'm going to blank on everything. It had one of the Starry Night series was the very end. It's not like the one everybody knows, but this is a beautiful, like over the water, light reflecting painting. Had the Postman.
Probably had some of his seasons with the haystack.
Yeah, there were a lot of pastoral paintings. There's a lot of fields, a lot of like farm hands. He just painted like what was around him. And I think the thing that's fascinating too about him, without going too far down the like art kind of art hole. I don't know. Nobody wants to go down let's go down the art hole.
Unless your name's Art.
Yeah, well, then maybe especially we don't want to. Anyways,
I'm not judging art. I don't
No,
know
I'm
what he
just
wants to do.
I don't know an art, and I don't know if I would want it. Anyways, is his use of like really interesting colors. Like Mare was pointing out when we were looking at one portrait of a younger child that was like one of his friend's kids, that the outline of her was in all hot pink, and I was like, I didn't even see that. Like I'm looking at this painting, but I didn't even notice that he did the outline in pink, or that he does fields in blue. You know, like it's just it's amazing that you just kind of your brain like just goes along with it. So,
Mhm.
anyways, it was a really good exhibit. It's like I said, unfortunately, it's over now, but I was really kind of blown away by how much I enjoyed it, and certainly was a highlight of my week.
Yeah, man. A little while back, we went to the immersive Van Gogh uh,
Oh yeah, we were
thing.
supposed to go to that, but like a bunch of stuff happened and it got canceled.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome, and it definitely gave me an appreciation for his art. So I'm glad that you got a chance to see some of his shit live and real, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Um, I'm not sure. I think uh, they're still doing them somewhere. I don't think they're in Detroit anymore. But if you are listening to this elsewhere in the United States, it's entirely possible that you might be able to check out the immersive Van Gogh. So if you get the chance, I'd recommend going. Um, Another thing that they're doing all over the states is part of my highlight from yesterday. So yesterday I had the chance to first off go and visit my very good friend and friend of the pod, Tubbs, for his 40th birthday,
Oh, happy
which was
birthday,
great.
Tubbs.
And it was wonderful to get to spend time with him and his lady Katie, but also a whole bunch of friends were there, and it's the first time that we've been together in like months, which is great. So we all just got to like hang out and chill and shoot the shit, and it's just pandemic's hard on people, and so it
Mhm.
was really good to just be able to see everybody and like connect and all of that.
Nice.
Sadly, Ange and I had to leave a little bit early, but the reason we had to leave a little bit early is for the other highlight of my week, which was that we went to a candlelight concert where a string quartet performed music from all of the Studio Ghibli movies. So from like Spirited Away and
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke and Howl's Moving Castle and My Neighbor Totoro is what they closed the concert with, and it was just absolutely amazing. There were like thousands of candles all over this stage and all throughout the theater. They didn't turn the house lights up at all, except for at the very end to like let people leave. But man, just like what a good vibe, what a great concert. And the music was obviously beautiful. They killed it. You could tell that all of the performers were intimately familiar with the work,
Mm.
and their passion came out in their playing. I don't remember. Oh no, Emma Lynn was all they called her, but she was the first chair violinist. She was fucking shredding. It was
Nice.
insane. She was so good. And so it was really cool. And it turns out that these candlelight concerts, they started in Chicago a couple years back, and they brought the series to all of these different other metropolitan cities. And this is like, I don't know, the eighth one that Ange has gone to, but it's the first one I've gone to. And so
Oh.
there's a whole mess of them. So she's gone to see like Beyonce, where they do like Beyonce, but as a string quartet,
Hmm.
and like ABBA as a string quartet. She's actually gone to that one twice. Queen in a string quartet, like Amy Winehouse, like all of these different artists, but all of their music changed over for a string quartet. And it was really cool. I'd recommend checking out their website because there's a whole bunch of different concerts that they have coming up, and it was an awesome experience. It was an
So
absolutely awesome experience.
that sounds awesome. I do have a couple of questions. First of all,
Yeah.
if we were going to search for it, what's like the name of the group or
Oh man,
of
you're asking really hard questions. Hold on one second.
or if we googled like candle night or candle nights, candlelight concerts that might pop
It's
up?
it's Fever Up Detroit, and it's candlelight concerts in Detroit.
Okay. Okay.
And then the next one that they have coming up is a tribute to Adele, but there's like a Taylor Swift one. There's a classic rock on strings that your dad would probably be really into. They're doing Beyonce at the Guardian building again.
That's what I was going to ask you next. So did they play the Guardian building?
The one last night was actually at the Redford Theater, which was cool.
Okay.
But they're all over the place. So like the Taylor Swift one is going to be at the Masonic.
Okay.
There's a romantic jazz one on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got to say, the Studio Gilby one sounds amazing, though, just because, like, I mean, I absolutely love all of those movies, and the music is so expressive. You know what I mean? They do, like, I think it's one of those things that, like, of course, the animation style and the stories always kind of come out on top of the heap, but like, they really make it so whimsical and magical and really bolster everything with the music. And it's awesome. We routinely will listen to stuff from those soundtracks while we'll play board games and stuff, because it's just so pleasant also.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, dude. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you talked about like the whimsy of it. Like, it's a classical, in quotes, concert, right? And so you don't anticipate people to be like swaying and bobbing their head and like tapping their toes, and everybody was like, at the end of every song, people like, they weren't just politely clapping, like people were like hot, like yelling, like whistling, like it's just a different vibe. It's very cool.
Yeah, and that's and that's so. I've interrupted myself like 7 times. When I listen to music, especially when I'm thinking about going to concerts, I kind of am weird about what I go see, because if I just am going to go see like a musical act, if it's just the musical act and they stick like really close to their set and stuff that you hear on their album or whatnot, I generally have a hard time really getting motivated to go, right? Because I'm just like, okay, like I'm appreciating that I'm going to see them do this live, but like, they're not adding, I'm seeing them and they were just performing, right? But if you take the music out of a movie, especially movies that touched people so much, like Spirited Away was a very emotional movie, and stuff like that. And you take that and you put it in another venue, like people are still going to get hit by the feels and stuff. They're still going to have those emotions. Did they have any like slides from the movie? Any pictures of the movies or anything?
No, there was nothing but the candles and the quartet. Which on one hand I was like, oh man, this really lets you get immersed into it, and on the other hand it's like, man, it would have been really cool to see like the scenes that this is from, or like a collection of clips from the film or something like that. So it's like, but at the same time, then you run into like licensing issues, you know?
Yeah. No,
so,
I get that.
Like, I understand why they didn't do it, and I don't think it was lacking. I just think it would have been a different experience if they would have had that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But that's awesome, dude. It sounds great. I'm definitely going to look it up, and I would love to try and go to this specific one if it comes back in town. So I'll have to keep my eye out for it.
Yeah. I mean, Anne's just constantly like looking at them, and because like I said, this is like, I think the 8th one she's gone to. It's in the high single digits. And it's probably going to come back around again.
Nice.
Probably. Speaking of coming back around, one thing that we've done in the past was we have discussed gaming journalism, right? Where you can find trustworthy reviews and how you can separate the wheat from the chaff and all of that. And during that, we talked a lot about the wheat. We talked a lot about the good places that you can go. We didn't really discuss the dark side of that coin, right? Let's talk about mixed metaphors there. The trash sites on the internet, the places that are like basically internet tabloids. And there is no more internet tabloid website than BuzzFeed. Man, BuzzFeed sucks. Did you know that BuzzFeed has video game content on it?
I would not have thought they had dedicated video game content now.
I sure didn't, but they do. And do you know what else BuzzFeed is known for? Their insane ass quizzes.
Yes, this is known.
Yes. and they have a bunch of video game quizzes. So we decided that today, instead of just being super okay, we were going to be super indulgent. And we were going to take a whole mess of their video game quizzes from their site for all of our listeners' enjoyment. I do want to make it abundantly clear this is not an endorsement of BuzzFeed, and you will soon find out why. Because the first quiz that we are going to take is you can only save one video game from each genre. But why do they pick the individual games? So we're just going to dive right in. Yeah. So the first quiz, like I said, is literally titled "You can only save one video game from each genre." And then it says, "Don't worry, the games you don't save will respawn next match."
Love it. Love it.
Brody, I think.
Oh, this was published in July of this year, too. So, like, this is newer content.
Yes.
Sorry, of 2022, but.
Yeah, of 2022. It's not from the future.
You're right. That was not worth saying.
I think for this quiz specifically, we have to agree before we move on.
Oh, Jesus. This quiz, okay, this is going to be the only quiz we do today, guys. Let's buckle up.
So the first one is save an MMORPG.
Okay.
And the 4 games they have listed here are RuneScape, not old school RuneScape, but RuneScape.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Ark, which they are calling an MMORPG. World of Warcraft, and Elder Scrolls Online. And that's it. Those are the 4 they have.
There are some notable exclusions to this list. And this list is very difficult for me to participate in because I've only played a little bit of 2 of these games, and that's Lost Ark, which I was both over and underwhelmed by in different ways, and ESO, which I just thought was okay and wasn't really my jam because I was looking for an Elder Scrolls game, and it's not really an Elder Scrolls game.
Right. You've never spent any time with World of Warcraft?
I had a subscription for a couple of months, but this was prior to me having my gaming PC. So I played it on my god awful work laptop for like an hour and was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, you can't do that. All right. So what's your choice here?
So if I'm, I don't know what factors to use. Like I part of me wants to save World of Warcraft because it's like one of the most, if not the most iconic on this list, especially since old school RuneScape isn't on here. We don't have any of the like, I mean, that is the only genre defining one here, right? So we don't have like EverQuest,
Ultima Online, like none of those.
Right. None of those ones. We don't have Final Fantasy 14, which would be an easy choice for me.
Sure is weird that that's not on this list.
Like Guild Wars or anything like that. I mean, I guess like it's either going to be, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I think it's World of Warcraft because I don't give a shit about any of these games anymore. And at least with World of Warcraft, we make the most people happy. And then you click it and it's just like it shows you who else picked it.
Oh, good. We're in line with 41% of people who took 41%
of people picked that. Only 9% of people picked Lost Ark. And that's the whole quiz. This is not worth listener, don't take this quiz, but we're going to keep going because we have to pick a retro game to pick.
We're going to do it so you don't have to.
Yep. Between Super Mario Brothers from 1985, Donkey Kong from 1981, Space Invaders from 78, and Pong from 72.
This is an easy one for me. I want to take Mario Bros.
I think it's got to be Mario Brothers.
Yeah, like I just the most I'll ever love Donkey Kong is rewatching The King of Kong: Fistful of Quarters, which I loved back in the day when that first came out.
Yeah. Now, is it fair that Super Mario Brothers is technically from a later generation game system than the other 4 or the other 3? No, it's not. But it is a better. It's like, man, which would you rather play, the first Call of Duty or the most recent one? You know, that's basically the jump.
And I got to tell you, you'll never guess what the results of this one were. So since we were both agreed on Super Mario Brothers, so did 82% of other people who took this quiz.
5% of people played Pong or chose Pong.
Yeah, I mean, I could have guessed that was going to be the last one. That doesn't surprise me a lot. I figured that Donkey Kong would have been a little bit higher up just because there is like a group of really super hardcore arcade cabinet folks that have like a reverence for that game, but it's only at 6%. Yeah.
Well, what do you think the Venn diagram is of people who are really into arcade games and people who are on BuzzFeed taking video game
Yeah, okay.
quizzes?
All right. Fair enough.
I think there's a single pixel that overlaps.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
You got me there.
This next one's great. Again, not because of the question, but because of what they omit. Save a battle royale game. And the choices are Fortnite, of course, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, aka PUBG, of course, Apex Legends, okay, and Fall Guys.
I'm very curious how we're going to reach an agreement on this one because I feel like we're either going to totally disagree or maybe we're just both going to agree. I can't take PUBG because I started playing battle royales on PUBG and it was busted as fuck back in the day when I started playing. It was terrible.
Yeah.
So that's all I remember of PUBG is like me laying in a shed until I got second place. And then I saw the last guy and didn't realize that when you pick up a gun, it's unloaded. And so I lost because I didn't have any ammo in my gun.
Perfect.
I'm going to take Apex is too fucking like you have to be too good at video games. I can't play Apex. I'm probably going to take Fall Guys. And the reason why is because it's not often that people come up with like unique, non-traditionally violent games that are very, very fun. And Fall Guys is that.
I like Fall Guys. It's not a battle royale.
Yeah, I mean, one person
It's a
wins.
game show.
Okay. All right.
Not a battle royale.
All right. All right.
There's no like punch this guy off a cliff.
Okay.
Right? Like there's no battling that takes place in that game.
I think that's actually a fairly compelling argument. It really is more of a game show. I guess I'll go with Fortnite just based on.
Also, Call of Duty is not on this list. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but Warzone has always been a mess. It's just that people love that.
What I'm saying is, at least it's a battle royale.
It is,
and it's probably the second most popular battle royale on the planet.
It's very popular. I mean, people literally do that as their 9 to 5 on streams.
I mean, people play except Fall Guys. People play all of these as their 9 to 5 on streams. Fall Guys fell off really hard, but like. Why is Fall Guys on this list and the second most popular BR isn't? It's insane. But yeah, I think it's Fortnite.
I think we got to take Fortnite. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, 36% of people chose Fall Guys as their answer. So I guess a lot of people who are on BuzzFeed don't know how to what a battle royale is, I guess, or got confused by the oversaturated colors in Fall Guys. Just were like, click that. I feel like a large percentage of BuzzFeed's target audience is magpies, is what I'm saying.
Oh, man. Well, moving on. Hey, we got a banger coming up here next. We have to save a fighting game series. You are going to have a strong opinion about this, and I am not. So the series that we could save here are Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, which I believe you may or may not like, Street Fighter, or Smash Bros. And one of which is, again, not a traditional fighting game.
Yeah, I mean, but you can at least make the argument that Smash Bros. Is a fighting game. It's just a platform fighter as opposed to like, a regular fighting game.
For sure.
There are some people who say that Soul Calibur isn't a fighting game because it's 3D, right? They like want to get real pedantic and like separate out the genre even further. That said, Soul Calibur is my obvious choice. It's my favorite fighting game series of all time. I love it with my whole heart. It's amazing.
I will note that they decided to include, even though like you can make the argument for it, Smash Bros. Instead of Tekken, which I think is really interesting.
Yep.
I would personally take Mortal Kombat here, but I don't feel strongly about it, so I'm willing to give you Soul Calibur.
Okay, let's Soul Calibur. 3% of people pick Soul Calibur.
Oof. Yeah, but I would have been in the minority too at 31% for Mortal Kombat. So a lot of Smash Bros.
54 for Smash Bros.
54%. Not many. We picked. Well, Soul Calibur was the least popular by a lot.
Yeah, by a whole lot.
By a whole lot. Yeah. Mortal Kombat, a lot more popular amongst this demographic, whatever that is, than Street Fighter.
I mean, Mortal Kombat is more in the zeitgeist. Also, this came out this summer, which is right around when the new Mortal Kombat movie came out. So, yeah. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know if that has anything.
Sorry, I made the mistake of scrolling ahead to the next question, and this one is fucking wild. Okay, so this
Take
next
us
question,
through it. It's crazy as shit.
This next one is save a turn-based strategy series. Mm-hmm. The choices are, well, they're choices. Civilization.
Not a strategy
game.
Not
a strategy game. Final Fantasy.
Not
like every Final Fantasy game that's been released.
Now here's the thing. It says Final Fantasy, which to me means Final Fantasy 1, but there's a picture of Auron, I believe.
From Final Fantasy X, Auron,
From Final Fantasy X there. So do they mean Final Fantasy X? Do they mean Final Fantasy 1? Or do they mean every Final Fantasy game? Because it says strategy series.
All of them. Not to be outdone, Pokemon is in here.
Yep.
Because of course, and then
famous
it out,
strategy game Pokemon.
Yeah, right. Famous strategy game Pokemon. And then rounding it out is Fire Emblem. Do any of these actually fit into this category? Like Civ?
There are some Fire Emblem games that are like tactics games, right? Not all of them are, but most of them are tactics games, and those are games I would consider strategy, right?
Okay.
None of these are like RTSs, but
two of them are just JRPGs.
Yep, exactly. And so I want to go Fire Emblem here. Civilization is so far outside of the strategy realm that it's wild to me.
That's a grand strategy game. I'm cool with Fire Emblem being actually the only legitimate one on this list.
But like, who wrote this?
I don't know.
Jack Filsinger.
Somebody who doesn't play video games.
This is a person who just discovered video games the day they wrote this.
Now, I don't think you'll be surprised, but our choice was very unpopular. Extremely unpopular.
Extremely.
Pokemon taking a whopping 59% on that one.
7,587 votes. I want to make that clear. 7,000 votes.
And you and I are the only people neck bearding over here about the question being bullshit.
Yep. Fire Emblem had 4% of the votes. 479 people voted for it, and that includes both of us. So
those people all have to take Tylenol because their back hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what do we got
then Final Fantasy, then Civ. This one at least is like a genre of game. And I think they got them all correct. You save an action adventure series. You've got Legend of Zelda. I would say that's an action adventure game. You've got Horizon. Mm-hmm. That's an action adventure series. You've got Assassin's Creed. If you discount some of the like weirder ones like Assassin's Creed Go and like those sorts of things, mostly action adventure. And then God of War, also action adventure.
I mean, we got to take Zelda here, right? Like we have to.
I think it has to be Zelda. I would say I love the new God of War games. I think they're great. The Horizon games are great. Some of the Assassin's Creed games are great. But man, Zelda, like A Link to the Past?
I mean,
like that's technically in this, right?
This series has at least three games that are usually in people's top 10 games of all times list.
Yeah. Yeah. And 50% of people agree with us.
Yeah.
Only 8% of people picked the Horizon series. All right.
I'm actually kind of shocked that Assassin's Creed got as much as it did because that series has kind of run aground a bit. Maybe that's
that's true. 27% of people picked it. That is pretty wild. All right. This one is. Oh, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say we might be approaching like maybe the best question so far.
Yeah, this one's good. It's like they came up with this question and then like wrote the rest of them around it. Save a horror game, and the first one is the Resident Evil series. The second one is the Silent Hill series. The third is the Dead Space series, and then the last one is Until Dawn.
Yeah, well, I think Until Dawn is the easy strike here. I never finished it, but I did play some of it, and I thought it was interesting. But like the other ones on here, well, Silent Hill and Resident Evil are obviously just giants in this space.
Yes.
I think you'll have a bunch of people saying that they love Dead Space. I personally, I've watched a bunch of it, but I never played it. It's for me, it's going to come down to Resident Evil because I loved the atmosphere and stuff that was created in the Silent Hill games, and I thought the Silent Hill games were creepier. They're just more better Resident Evil games, I guess.
I have never really gotten into the Resident Evil series. I understand that they're beloved. I get it. But the tank I tried playing the first one and the tank controls completely threw me off.
They aged
and I just
very poorly. Yeah.
I just never went back to it. Right. I own Resident Evil 4 on the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in the shrink wrap, like in the packaging, because I never had the urge to like, oh yeah, I'm going to play a Resident Evil game. I love the Silent Hill series. I think it's great. I think like they did a whole bunch of cool, unique things with it. I think from a horror perspective, it hits all of the like good notes. I think my favorite thing about the first Silent Hill is it's like, man, it sure is foggy. And it's like, yeah, that's a system limitation that they turned into a benefit for the game, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just like the fact that when you're building horror, like you can use even things where it's like, oh, this is normally a bad thing, and we're turning it into a thing that makes it feel better.
Sure.
But I get that the Resident Evil series is beloved, and I don't like Silent Hill enough to dispute the fact that you love Resident Evil. So I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've played all of them except for 2 and 3, and I can tell you that there's more hits than misses in that series. So,
yeah. And it seems like BuzzFeed readers agree with 58%.
Yeah, although Silent Hill 2 was really, really good, and I'm looking forward to the remake.
Yep. Racing game series is the next one.
I'm sure they have all really crunchy, like motorsport games.
They're all like really deep simulation games.
Yeah, what do we got on here?
Gran Turismo.
Okay.
And then everyone's favorite deep simulation racing game, Mario Kart. F-Zero.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know when the last one came out. I think it was a DS game from like 10 years ago.
Okay. I don't know.
And Forza Horizon.
I mean, this seems like a lock for Mario Kart based upon this criteria, but like, I don't know it's a shit question, but Mario Kart's the best answer.
I mean, Mario Kart's the best game here, but is it the best racing game? I think that's probably Gran Turismo, right? We just did a whole episode about how Gran Turismo rules. I personally like Forza Horizon because I really enjoy like chaining all of the driving stuff. But
Forza Horizon is a lot of fun. I absolutely love it. Yeah, you're right. If you're talking about like a pure racing simulation, Gran Turismo is the best one on the list. If you're talking about the most fun game on this list, it's no contest Mario Kart.
Right, but there are so many games that they left off this list so they could put F-Zero on here. And I love F-Zero, but it should not be on this list.
None of the Need for Speed games made it on here.
Nope.
I guess Assetto Corsa is like that's a really
no burnouts,
no
none of the like F1 games, none of the like there's a million other games that you could have put on here instead of F-Zero.
All right, which one are we clicking? Are we clicking Gran Turismo?
I'm clicking Gran Turismo.
All right, let's do it.
6% of people chose Gran Turismo. 82% of people said Mario Kart.
Ooh, here we go. And
this game, this is another one where like the guy who wrote this knew what he was talking about, because the next one, go ahead, read it.
I was just kind of, it's a save a rhythm game. I was scrolling through the rest of this because my joke about this being the only one, this is a long quiz. This is longer than I thought it was going to be. But all right, so save a rhythm game. We've got Guitar Hero. We've got Rock Band. We have Dance Dance Revolution. And then we have everyone's favorite rhythm violence game, Thumper.
Yep. And it's like
not any of the runner games, not any of,
Yep. I mean, there are a million other rhythm games that they could have picked over Thumper. Parappa the Rapper isn't on here.
Parappa the Rapper.
Like there's a bunch of them. But I don't know about you. I feel very strongly about Dance Dance Revolution. I love it with my whole heart. It's another one of those like Soul Calibur series. But I understand that it's probably not the best game on this list. The other thing of that is both Rock Band and Guitar Hero are on here, and those to me are the same game.
So I see why you say that, and basically it's the same engine, so I get it. I feel very strongly about Rock Band, so I think we've hit our first stalemate. So I don't know how we resolve it. We might just say fuck it. I think
we just click them and move on.
All right, sounds good.
Rock Band only got 15% of the vote.
I know.
Dance Dance Revolution got 27% of the vote.
So I think it confused me about the demographic of people taking this quiz.
Yeah, it's very, very wild. 4% of people voted for Thumper.
This next one just pisses me off. Save an open world game, Dale. You ready to go through some open world games? Because this has got bangers in it. This is Breath of the Wild, Witcher 3, Red Dead 2, and Elden Ring. If I would have taken this quiz literally one calendar year ago, I would have answered one thing and I might answer another right now. Which seems like total blasphemy, but I believe it fully that Elden Ring is probably the best one on this list.
I am like...
And it doesn't have a plot.
12 hours into Elden Ring. I'm playing it on stream currently. It's very good. You know what? I'm going to agree with you. We'll go Elden Ring.
Good.
41% of people picked Legend of Zelda. 32 picked Red Dead.
Okay. I didn't expect Red Dead to be number 2 on this list, but again, I don't know who's taking these quizzes. So
only 12% picked Elden Ring. Save a social deception game.
I want to go into this so that everybody understands. I don't know any of these games. I literally don't know any of these 4. Do you know one of the? So our choices are Unfortunate Spaceman, Project Winter, Town of Salem, and Goose Goose Duck. I know 0 of these.
I've never heard of any of these.
Among Us, literally the most famous social deception game, did not make this list.
Like, what?
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm clicking on the ducks. Oh,
I'm going to click on Town of Salem.
Oh, you got second place.
I was number 2. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Save a party game. We've got Mario Party, Jackbox Party Pack, Overcooked 2, which is not a party game.
It's just a way to get friends out of your life.
Yep. And Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which I suppose could be a party game. Like if you play it that way. It seems like the more people, like you hit a critical mass with Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, where you can have like 2 or 3 people who have instruction manuals and it's fine. And then once you get above that, it starts to get worse.
Yes. It's just too much.
Yeah. Too many cooks. So I don't know. My opinion here is Jackbox Party Pack. I think Mario Party fucking sucks.
Yeah, I was the older I've gotten, the more I realize that Mario Party is a miserable experience. And I think it's probably because I've started playing more actual board games. And so Mario Party is pretty bad. I would go Jackbox with you. I think you made a compelling point.
28% of people agree with us. Mario Party was obviously the number 1. These are life sims. And we get to pick from The Sims, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, and My Time at Porsche.
Yep.
My pick here is Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I think I'm going to go Animal Crossing here too. I didn't like Stardew Valley.
53% of people picked The Sims. Only 30 picked Animal Crossing. 1% of humans picked. 1% of people who are on BuzzFeed looking at video game quizzes picked My Time at Porsche.
Gelatinous cubes.
Yep. Mobile games.
Yep. We're saving a mobile game here. And as you'd expect, we've got some wild ones. We've got Pocket City. We've got Pokemon Go, Candy Crush, and here's Among Us. It's a mobile game.
Here it is. It's a mobile game.
Yeah, it's a mobile
I'm picking
game.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, let's just take that and move on.
All right, puzzle games. This one's crazy. You got Portal, the whole series, and then you've got Inside, then you've got Little Nightmares 2, and then Myst.
Why do they have the ability to pick two series and two individual games? There's no world in which I would pick Inside or Little Nightmares as individual games over either Portal or Myst. Portal is the answer here.
Yes, Portal is the obvious answer, but also what, like Myst? Like, don't get me wrong, Myst is great, but like, this is 2022, dog. There's so many other games you could have picked from. You didn't pick like Superliminal or like The Witness or like there's a million other great games you could have picked.
Correct.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Portal got 47% of the vote. Great job, everybody. All right, FPSs. Ooh. You got Call of Duty series. You got Overwatch. You got Valorant. And you got the Far Cry series.
These are four very similar games, obviously.
Yeah, man. Far Cry, really like one of these things is not like the other.
But do we have to take it?
No.
What do you do? Where are you going with this then?
Well, I would probably go with like CS:GO or like, one of the other hundreds of FPSs that they didn't put on this list. But I don't know, not Far Cry. Where are you at?
Probably Far Cry, to be honest with you.
Really? It's an open world game.
I've played more. Yeah, I understand that. But the gunplay is really fun. And like, look, Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4 were absolute masterpieces. I love them. I absolutely love them. I go back and play Far Cry 4 every once in a while when I just want to have a game that I just like chill out and do ridiculous shit in. I didn't play the newest one, and they've got Giancarlo Esposito here on the picture from Far Cry 6. But I don't know. I do we have to take Call of Duty? You know what I mean?
Like, I think we have to take Call of Duty.
Okay.
I don't want to take Call of Duty. I've certainly
played enough of it.
Yeah, 46% of people agree with us. All right, MOBA games.
This one is actually pretty tight, although I'm sure they're leaving stuff off.
They are leaving stuff off, but these are some of the big ones. You got your League of Legends, you got your Pokemon Unite, you got your Heroes of the Storm, and you got your Dota. And the answer here is Dota.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
There are a bunch that they could have put on here, but it's Dota. Only 8% of people agree with us. 53% of people picked League.
LOL.
Yeah.
Can this next one, it's a save a sports game. Can we just click on Tony Hawk and move on? Do we even need to talk about this one?
I mean, FIFA 22, Wii Sports, and Mike Tyson's Punch Out are the other ones. So at least they didn't pick like FIFA 22, FIFA 21, like. But yeah, it's definitely Tony Hawk. I mean, Tony Hawk fucking rules. And it's Tony Hawk 1 and 2. So it's the new version that they put out. 20% of people picked it. 58% of maniacs who are on BuzzFeed taking video game quizzes chose Wii Sports. Holy shit.
Uh-huh. Thank God. We're done. We did it.
We're done. We did it.
Oh my God.
We did it. All right. That's the longest one that we're going to do. This one is much, much shorter.
All right.
This one is we're going to tell us the gaming habits, and they're going to tell us which video game character we are. So this one's pretty quick. Brody, we're going to just take your answers for the sake of timeliness. When are you done with the game? After you've beaten the final boss, once you've gotten every single collectible, whenever you get bored of it, or when you get a new game you're more excited about?
That would be the fourth one, when I get a new game I'm excited about.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it?
Yep. What's my gaming setup like? It's either a desk setup with LED lights, a gaming chair and a headset, a flat screen and super comfy lounge chair. I'll game wherever. couch, bed, desk. I like to game at my friend's house. That is absolutely number 2. A flat screen and a comfy lounge chair.
You come across a mini boss that you probably can't beat, bitch. What do? Do you search the web for tips and then go for it? Do you charge in with reckless abandon? Are you gone? It's time to find some easy enemies to level up on? Or have you saved so many power-ups for this moment?
I know it would be the most on-brand thing for me to just walk away from it, but believe it or not, I still will go to the internet and look for shit on stuff to make sure that I'm not completely missing something. I'm going with that.
Nice. What's your favorite type of game?
My choices are classic.
They just dropped this. This is a classic 4th question in a quiz.
This is and it's the choices. They only give you 6 choices, and those are classic platformer, couch co-op, which that's just a functionality. Open world, casual party game, family games. I don't even know what that means, and retro. I guess I legitimately don't know.
Yeah, good luck with this
so
one.
Bad. I guess I'm taking classic platformer.
Perfect choice.
Cool.
Perfect. Well done. Who do you like to play with? With your online friends? I'm good playing alone usually. With friends IRL or with randoms online? I can make friends with anyone.
I'm taking
it's like 3 IRL. Choices and then a character trait.
Yeah. I'm taking friends IRL.
How long is your average gaming sesh? And it does say sesh.
Yes, it does. 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time, about an hour, a few hours, or pretty much all weekend. I'm taking pretty much all weekend.
Yeah, checks out.
How do you design your characters to look like me, to look like a monster? I like my character to look cool, or I like to make them look funny. They have excluded one notable thing, which is I just hit the randomizer button until I find something I like, and then I use it. So I guess that would be like a monster. I think I like my characters to look like monsters.
And how do you handle collectibles in games? Do you need to get everyone? Are you racing through the levels with no time to collect collectibles? Are you only looking for them if they give you an advantage? Or do you not worry about them? If you find them, you find them.
I need to get everyone, but I give up on that. But I have to answer that I need to get everyone because that's the attitude I have going into it. So,
oh my God. Your answer is the most insane thing. I guess it's technically true, but what the fuck?
Yeah, so my video game character, if you got the same answer as I did, is I am Jake the dog from Adventure Time. Is that what you got too?
Yeah.
I'm easygoing, funny, and up for adventure, and most of all, a good friend. Oh, thanks. All right, can we do a different one?
Yeah. Holy shit, that was bad. Man. All right, we're going to do Smash Bros. Character, and I'm going to do this one.
Yeah, you should do it.
And this one, this is the type of quiz that I love from BuzzFeed because it's which Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter character are you? And then it starts with, hey, which character do you want to get at the end? In pick a superpower, super intelligence, technopathy, elasticity, super strength, psychic, or shape shifting. I'm going to pick technopathy.
Okay,
we're going color matches your mood? Pink, red, yellow, sea foam, green, not just green, sea foam, blue, or black. I'm going to choose red. How would your friends describe you? Dependable, energetic, kind, loyal, short-tempered, or reserved? I'm going to go energetic.
Yeah.
What's my favorite class? Art, woodshop, biology, physics, English, or gym? I'm going to choose physics. And then what do I value most? Forgiveness, love, peace, power, justice, and fun. I'm going to go justice.
I figured you would pick that one.
What the fuck? That is not what I thought I was going to get.
These quizzes are so dumb, dude.
I got the Inkling.
You got Inkling, yeah. Okay.
I'm the Inkling?
I guess. Can I just real quick? You would take physics?
No, I was trying to get Ness.
Oh, okay.
But it's entirely possible Ness isn't even an option in this game.
Oh man, I wonder if I could just no, I'm not redoing this quiz. Never mind.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, we've gone through the goofy ones now, so let's get to the super serious quizzes. We've got a couple serious ones to round us out here.
Yes.
I believe the next one is entitled, if I have this open correctly, "Make a milkshake to find out which Animal Crossing villager you are."
Now this is the top shelf, the premium BuzzFeed content, baby.
I mean, I'm not gonna fucking lie. If I saw this headline, I might click on it because it's just funny.
It's like, fucking perfect. It's flawless.
To be clear, they're not asking us to make milkshakes in real life. They are asking us to like click through choices and make one on here. So, for example, the first question is, what are you making your milkshake in? Are you making it in a blender or a cup and spoon?
A cup and spoon. Yeah, blender. I'm picking blender. Why don't we both do what we would choose, and then we'll compare our answers at the end.
All right. So all I'll do then is I'll read the question and then the choices, and then we'll click on it. What ice cream will you use? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or other? And it's just I don't know what happens if you click other. I'm not going to click it.
It's a green square, and it'll move you forward.
Okay.
I'm choosing strawberry here.
Okay. So if you were going to add an ingredient, Oreos, M&Ms, chocolate sauce, fruit, all of them are no thanks.
I'm going to go with fruit.
Okay. And we've got to have a topping. And that topping is either whipped cream, chocolate sauce, candy, or no thanks.
I'm going to go whipped cream. And then lastly, we have to pick a cup to put it in. There is I think that's an espresso cup.
It looks like an espresso
the
cup.
World's tiniest mug.
There's like a white wine glass that's spray painted pink.
And it's only the bottom half. So it's like cut off badly.
There's another one that's just the stem of a glass.
Yeah,
there's
it's just the stem. You cannot
looks like
tell
maybe a champagne flute, I guess.
And then a traditional milkshake glass.
Yeah, I guess we're sorry, I'm not supposed to. I'm going to take the traditional milkshake glass.
That's what I took.
The results are in, Dale.
Yep.
The results are in, and I guess I'm rosy.
I'm also rosy.
I wonder if it gives you. Well, I made vastly different choices than you. I had like a vanilla Oreo chocolate sauce thing.
Strawberry, fruit, whipped cream, and the regular cup, and we both got rosy.
I think they just had one GIF, and they wanted to make sure that that's the GIF that comes up, so everybody gets rosy.
The GIF is great. It's Rosie eating an ice cream cone. Not even drinking a milkshake.
No, right. So
it's the dumbest shit of all time.
These quizzes, holy shit! What do we got up next? Oh wait. So were we gonna do the other Animal Crossing one?
I think we have enough time.
Okay.
I think we have enough time to do, because that only gave us Rosie, right? And we really need to know which animal, like something about Animal Crossing.
We have to know,
right? We have to know something about ourselves from Animal Crossing. And
it's Sunday.
There's no way we're both Rosie.
It's Sunday afternoon. I can't go into a new week without having an Animal Crossing answer, a good Animal Crossing answer here.
Right. And so this BuzzFeed question is, which Animal Crossing New Horizons fish are you most like?
Okay. So the first thing that we're tasked with doing, and I think we should pick on our own here again too, is picking some toilet paper.
Hold on. I just need to make abundantly clear to the listener. This is going to tell us Animal Crossing fish.
Correct. And I also want to make abundantly clear that these 4 choices of toilet paper are not brands. They actually have no discernible differences between them. They're just 4 pictures of toilet paper. So Dale, I guess pick the picture of toilet paper that appeals most to you, because there's no reason why you take one over the other.
I have a reason. The first one has one of the rolls of toilet paper still in its wrapper.
Okay.
And I recognize that wrapper. It is the brand of toilet paper that we use at my house. It's Who Gives a Crap. And so I'm choosing the first picture. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. We have our toilet paper delivered to our house. It's like more sustainable, and it's like more recyclable and that sort of stuff,
Okay.
So I actually had a reason, but the other three are just all like rolls of toilet paper. One of them features a human hand.
Well, and I do want to bring up that the second and third one are the exact same picture, which is of a suitcase that's full of toilet paper rolls. There just happens to be a person with a gloved hand holding one.
In the second one. Which one did you pick, by the way?
The fourth one.
Okay, great. Just to make sure that they're different.
They are different.
Pick a snack. We have a popcorn, a full charcuterie board, which I don't know that I would consider that a snack. It is huge. It has like hummus, apples, like it's a full deal.
Yeah.
Doritos being held by a woman sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground, and then meticulously sorted out Skittles.
I guess I'm going full ass charcuterie board.
I'm going Doritos. All right. Pick a hairstyle.
What the word? This is gonna shit out a fish that we are at the end of this. From these toilet paper and hairstyles. What?
All right, the hairstyles. Number one is a woman with pink hair who looks like she is mid headbang. Number two is a woman with a messy bun, like you can only see the back of her head, but I assume she is staring blankly at a bridge. Number three is a woman with incredibly curly, like the tightest curls I think I've ever seen on hair. It's so close to being dreads, but it's not, like that sort of vibe. And then the last one is a small girl with like 4 pigtails in her hair.
I guess the curls one.
I'm going with mid headbang.
All right.
This is going to tell us what fish we are.
And now we have to pick a group of people to be your new best friends. And again, there's no descriptions on this, so you get a first group, which looks, I can only describe this as live, laugh, love, I think is this.
It looks like 3 woo girls. One of them is throwing up a peace sign.
Yeah. Okay. And then we've got like 4 dudes that are sitting on like a dirt patch looking at some hills.
They look like garage sale Jonas Brothers.
Yep, that's accurate. Then we have another one which looks just like a wedding reception. It's a bunch of people cheersing with beer, which I guess is my answer. And then the last one, which is literally just 2 Lego men's under a space bar of a keyboard.
Yeah. Those aren't even people.
No.
It's just 2 Lego minifigs underneath the space, like popping out from a space bar of a keyboard. I'm going to go with the woo girls.
I feel like at the end of this, it's just going to give my computer a virus, dude.
Hey, Brody, pick a fucking vegetable to eat.
I'm dead, dude. This is killing me.
Do you want natural carrots, sliced up zucchini, cut up green beans, or a bushel of Brussels sprouts?
I'm taking the Brussels sprouts, I guess.
I'm going green beans, baby. I love a green bean. Hey, you have to pick
middle name.
Yep.
I'm dead, dude. I'm fucking, oh my God. My name could be Cornelia, Keith, Marigold Peony, or Toot.
Call me Toot from now on, motherfucker. That's what I'm picking.
Oh my God.
What are you picking?
I have to pick Toot.
It's got to be Toot.
No, it's got to be Toot. That's the only right answer here.
It's the objectively best answer.
Oh God, I can't stop laughing.
Now I think it's important to note, this is a question about video games on BuzzFeed, and it says to pick a hobby, and none of the answers are video games, and one of them is a job.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, two of them are arguably jobs.
Oh yes, that's true. Playing paddle tennis, not table tennis, ping pong, paddle tennis, writing music,
and they have some sheet music,
being a part-time football team mascot, and solving Rubik's cubes.
Oh my God. I mean, the being a part-time football mascot one is only funny as a choice. It would be terrible in real life.
I disagree. I think it would be the best. I'm picking it. What are you picking?
I guess I'm writing music.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
We got a hot dog. Okay, we got the first image here is I'm legitimately, my throat is going to be sore from laughing from this episode. But the first picture is like 3 hot dogs that look like somewhat Chicago style or something. They've got like a lot of ingredients on them, some jalapenos and stuff. The second one is like a fucking hot dog. It's just somebody holding a mustard and ketchup dog. The third one is a mustard and ketchup dog with an American flag.
It's got chili. Those are conies.
Oh, I couldn't see. Okay, so those are coney dogs, and then the fourth one looks like the like Angus hot dogs or whatever. They're like big, big.
And it's important to note that the first one is also Beyond. Those are Beyond because it's courtesy. The image is courtesy of Beyond Meat.
Okay. Because if it weren't I mean, I feel like I gotta pay homage to my roots here and go chili dogs.
You know, I do love a chili dog. I'm picking that as well. All right, Brody, this
question is for me.
This one's for you, baby. Which bird would you most like to hang out with? And we have a toucan, a flamingo, some penguins. I believe those are emperor penguins, maybe.
I don't know.
And ostriches. Ostriches.
Stretchy. I am going to go ahead and strike flamingos and ostriches right away because like the flamingos are just weird or have their heads in the sand or whatever. That's probably not even a flamingo. And then the ostriches are like they're assholes. They're total fucking dicks.
Ostriches suck. Yeah,
they suck. Yeah. So I'm going penguins. I mean, everybody loves a penguin.
I want to hang out with a toucan.
All right.
And now we get our answer. What is your answer?
An old tire.
Not even a fish.
It's just a tire.
It's not even a fish.
And it has a picture of the villager with an old tire with I caught an old tire. I sure am tired of that.
I got a sea bass. And it says below it, you're at least a C+. And then the image says, I caught a sea bass. No, wait, it's at least a C+. So they couldn't even write a second joke.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Right. Okay. As much fun as this has been, we gotta wrap it up here. I think we have one final one. Don't we?
Well, this one is sponsored. So as always, our final question is sponsored. This one is sponsored somehow by Subway. Legitimately sponsored by Subway. We didn't get the money, but you know damn well BuzzFeed did because this last quiz is called "We Know If You're a Crewmate or an Imposter from Among Us" based on the Subway sandwich you order.
Yeah.
And so we are just going to really quick build a Subway sandwich out of the options that they provide us. And then it's going to tell us if we are a crewmate or an imposter. So just super quick, what kind of bread are you going with? I'm an Italian herbs and cheese kind of guy.
I guess I'm taking grain honey oat. That looks the best of anything on that list.
The other options are Italian and flatbread. Are you getting a foot long or 6-inch? I go foot long.
Yeah, foot long.
Do you like your sandwich toasted? And the options are no way, yes, doesn't matter, and not today.
Not today. I am picking not today because what?
I'm picking yes. What kind of sandwich are we talking? Ham, veggie melt, tuna melt, and BLT. I guess of those, I'm going BLT, although that's insane. Shouldn't this just be what kind of protein?
Yeah. I'm thinking ham.
Okay.
The next one is any cheese, American, cheddar, no cheese, or Swiss.
The provolone, which is the best Subway cheese, is not on here.
Not on there. Yeah, I think I'm going Swiss.
Do you want any sauce?
I just love how they ask this too. Like it's somebody actually asking me that. Like, would you like sauce on your sandwich? If so, would you like some mayo, honey mustard, hot sauce, or no sauce? I'm going hot sauce.
I'm gonna go mayo. How about some veggies?
How about some veggies? You want some lettuce? You want some pickles? You want some black olives? Or you want some no thanks?
I guess lettuce.
Pickles. How about another veggie?
Yeah. Do you want green peppers?
Green peppers, which actually the image of green peppers, these are just habaneros for the record.
Yes, those are not green peppers.
Correct.
Jalapenos, tomatoes, or no veggie. And I'm going to pick tomatoes.
I'm going jalapenos just because I know Dale can't.
Yep. The last question is great because it says, finally, you want a cookie with a question mark on it. There's no interrogative in that sentence. It's not a question.
No.
The cookie choices are double chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, raspberry cheesecake, or peanut butter. So I think it's important to denote the fact that you could turn down veggies, you could turn down sauces, you could turn down cheese. You cannot turn down a cookie.
Correct. And you can get a slice of cheesecake instead if you want, apparently. I'm not sure.
No, it's a raspberry cheesecake cookie. I've had them from Subway. I mean, it's okay. It's a cookie.
All right. Well, I'm a chocolate chip loyalist, so I know it's boring, but I fucking love chocolate chip cookies. So,
all right, great. What was your answer? Are you a crewmate or an imposter?
I was a crewmate.
I'm also a crewmate.
Oh, man.
And the imposter is still out there.
Oh, man.
And if you're like, oh, no, the imposter's out there, who is it? Well, if you're on the Patreon, we're going to post these show notes. And the show notes are going to have links to all these quizzes. So you can go in and you can take these quizzes yourself. I would really only recommend taking the one about fish and the last one.
Yeah, I agree.
But you can take as many of these as you want. And if you're like, oh, man, where do I find the Patreon? It's on our webpage. It's superokpodcast.com. Or you can go to the Discord and ask us, and we'll tell you. If you take any of these quizzes, please, for the love of God, do, because they're fucking ridiculous. Post your results in the Discord. I want to see in the podcast discussion channel just screenshots after screenshots of fucking BuzzFeed quiz answers. This was the dumbest thing we've ever done.
It was, but it was a lot of fun. Oh my God, that was fun.
Holy shit.
Well, thanks, Dale, for throwing all that together. I know that you can find me over on the Discord as Arborescence. Rumor has it they can find you on anything as a 20-sided ninja. Is that correct?
That is 100% true. Any place where I could be a 20-sided ninja, I am. And if you look there and there's not a 20-sided ninja, I ain't there, and I probably ain't gonna be.
All right. We do have one more question left here that it's just a word. It says Dan with a question mark, and it says not today, no thanks, love him or fuck you. And I think we have to take fuck you on this one.
I'm torn between love him and fuck you, but I think today I'm going to pick fuck you.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, BuzzFeed. Oh, and at the end, it's a gif of a villager holding a tire for some reason.
It was Rosie again. They only have pictures of Rosie.
They only have Rosie. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you have a super okay day. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, if this was a good episode for you, if you're like, hey, I really like that, let us know, because we're looking for feedback about, potential topics and that sort of thing. And if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a guest, hit us up on the Discord.
Yes.
We're looking for guests too. So let us know. All right. I love you all dearly. Thanks so much. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.